What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Welcome into the show. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls on a Tuesday. Not a lot going on, man. This time of year, gets brutal sometimes, news-wise, sports news-wise. But we're going to try to get into it. We'll try to get into it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Jeff Michael. This is Sports with Balls. Let's get going, man. Let's get going on this Tuesday, January the 23rd, National Handwriting Day. Mine's terrible. I've been told I write like a doctor. So, in fact, yesterday at the DPS office, the lady could barely read my handwriting. So maybe I should work on that. Who knows? Too late at this point. National Pie Day. What else we got going on? Measure Your Feet Day. I'm pretty sure most of y'all know where I'm going with this, but Measure Your Feet Day is today. National King Day. I wonder if LeBron James is celebrating today. National King Day. It says we honor you today, whether you're royalty or your name is just simply King. So we'll see. National King Day. Let's see. National Report Pharmaceutical Fraud. Yeah, most of y'all don't do that. What else we got going on? Snowplow Mailbox Hockey Day. Nice. That one takes the cake right there. January 23rd, National Snowplow Mailbox Hockey Day. Hit the mailbox with your snowplow. That I want to play. Welcome into the show. Those of y'all just tuning in. Let's see. Today we got some breaking news that happened yesterday. What else are we going to get into? We'll talk about the NFL playoffs a little bit. These head coaching jobs. There's still a bunch of head coaching jobs out there. There was one that was filled yesterday. We'll talk about that. I'll get into some NBA. There was some history made last night in the NBA, and then I'll have a parlay of the day for you that involves the NBA. I'm not going to put hockey in it. I just don't know that much about it until later on. Maybe after the All-Star break of hockey, I'll start getting in it. And here's the reason why. There's no more NFL. There's no more college football. So I got to start going. Maybe I'll start dipping into the NCAA basketball. People love to bet on that. So maybe we'll start getting into that. But I've been doing well on the the NBA parlays so far. So far, so good on that. What else we got going on today? Man, there's just not a ton. There's just not a ton going on. This is the part that sucks. This part of the year, especially after Super Bowl's gone and we're waiting on baseball. Those 2 months are brutal if you're in this business. It is hard. I guess we'll go for the NFL draft. That's what we'll be waiting on. But all right, let's start off with the NBA. 2 huge nights and 2 very different outcomes. Joel Embiid dropped 70 last night. 70 points on the same night, January 22nd. I forget how many years ago that Kobe dropped 81. That's the most points ever scored by Philadelphia 76ers, and they won by 10. Here's the thing. They were playing the San Antonio Spurs. It does matter, and I'm going to tell you why here in a second. San Antonio Spurs are the worst team in the NBA, if not right top 2 worst teams in the NBA. There was no defense. It was dribble, take a jab step, and shoot the ball for Joel Embiid all night last night. 70 points, though, and a 133-123 victory over the San Antonio Spurs. I forget who Kobe was playing when he dropped that 81. I know they won. That was back in 2006. David Thompson dropped 73 in 1978. Wilt Chamberlain, of course, has the 100 in 1962. Damian Lillard last year was 71. Donovan Mitchell, 71 last year. Devin Booker, 70 in 2017. And then, of course, Joel Embiid hits 70 last night. I don't know. It was against San Antonio. It's just not that impressive to me. And here's the other thing is that Karl Anthony Towns, Cat, had 62 last night as well, 44 in the first half, but they lost to the Charlotte Bobcats. Or Charlotte Hornets. Sorry, I said Bobcats. That's old. Charlotte Hornets. Like, Charlotte Hornets came back from 18 down. Mind you, the Charlotte Hornets, I think, only have 8 victories to beat the Timberwolves, who are one of the better teams in the NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns has 62, and they lose. Man, it does matter who you play. That is brutal. So if Karl-Anthony Towns has 62 points and he's playing Utah, or not, I'm sorry, not Utah, Phoenix, or he's playing Dallas, or he's playing the 76ers or Boston, and he goes off for 62, that's so impressive. But you're playing the freaking Charlotte Hornets, one of the worst teams in basketball. And Joel Embiid's playing the San Antonio Spurs, the worst team in basketball. And Karl-Anthony Towns, his coach went off on him afterwards. Absolutely on a tirade, calling him immature for basically they trying to run up his point total. And they lost the game. The Charlotte Hornets came back from an 18-point deficit to beat the Timberwolves. That's brutal. That's brutal. But that's what the NBA is now. You got really bad teams playing really good teams and guys trying to score 62, 70 points. I don't know what they're going to do. They tried the in-season tournament this year. I guess that was somewhat of a success, right? I guess. I don't know, but that's over with. Nobody even remembers it. And in the regular season in the NBA is just garbage. Sorry. I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. It's garbage. And this is why Karl-Anthony Towns has 62 points. His coach calls it immature basketball. They lose to the Charlotte Hornets. That's the NBA right now. And you have Joel Embiid, who has 70 against the worst team in the NBA. That's our top stories in the NBA. I did see a rumor. What was it yesterday, the day before yesterday? Something about Anthony Davis and the Lakers not being happy. I know Kyle Lowry over in the is not happy. He deleted everybody from his Instagram. So maybe we'll see some good trades. I don't know, man. I don't know what you do in the NBA to try to make the regular season better or it fantastic. Like, it's a headline. It's the top 2 headlines, and the only reason that we're talking about Embiid having 70, Karl-Anthony Towns having 62 is because there's no NFL headlines. 0. The only NFL headline we had yesterday was that the Titans are now going to hire Brian Callahan to be their coach. And talk about a non-splash headline. Wow. If you're the Titans, in fact, if you follow Sports with Balls on all your social media outlets, I've got a couple of Tennessee Titan guys on the Facebook page, which, by the way, I haven't really got control of yet. It's kind of annoying. Facebook has deleted the people that took over my page, but they have not put me back on as the manager of my own page, so I can't do anything on it as of yet, but it's coming back. It'll be back. But Tennessee Titans hired Brian Callahan to be their coach. Brian Callahan was the offensive coordinator of the Bengals for the last 5 years, took them to the Super Bowl. Good coach. Just non-splash worthy, right? Just non-splash. There's just not. Okay. I hope it works out. They're finalizing the deal today. He's replacing Mike Vrabel. How in the hell is that an upgrade? I mean, I get it. He hasn't coached yet. Anything can happen, but Mike Vrabel, you replace Mike Vrabel with Brian Callahan? Really? Okay. I don't know. Titan fan, are you happy? So now you're not going to have Derrick Henry. You're not going to have Mike Vrabel. You bring in Brian Callahan to coach your future quarterback over there. Will Levis. Second-year quarterback Will Levis. We'll see if he thinks he's sort of Joe Burrow-ish. Will Levis is now he'll have Brian Callahan to work with, and Mike Vrabel is still on not the chopping block, but still on the board as a head coach. There's some major head coaching positions still open. We saw Antonio Pierce is now taken over as the Raiders permanently. Did a good job, and I think Al Davis' son said, look, I saw what it's like to not when the team goes against me if I didn't hire this guy. So basically the team forced him into hiring Antonio Pierce. We'll see if it works out. There's 5 positions still open: Chargers, Falcons, Panthers, Commanders, and the Seattle Seahawks. All right. Carolina Panthers have Bryce Young. Is that an interesting position for you to go? Second year, Bryce Young coming in. Look, everybody has bad first year. Not everybody. A lot of people do. Peyton Manning broke the interception record, right? His first year. Carolina has an opening. The Raiders, obviously, we told you Antonio Pierce is there. Los Angeles Chargers, Brian Staley's out. Nobody's in. That is the most winnable team right now, I guess, if that's what you want to say. Joey Bosa is still there. Mike Williams. He's got to stay healthy, though. Mike Williams has got to stay healthy in order for that team to succeed. Keenan Allen. You already know who's quarterbacking. Herbert. So the Chargers coaching position still open. Atlanta Falcons. Arthur Smith is gone. They're still open. You got Desmond Ridder. Oof. You know, is that a start over? They've got talent. They got Kyle Pitts. You've got a lot of talent. Lot of talent. You got Robinson there in Atlanta. And of course, we've seen Belichick been on interviews over there and trying to debate whether or not Belichick's going to be their head coach. There's rumblings inside that organization saying that they don't want him to be the head coach because they might have to rebuild. Where's Belichick going? Chargers, Falcons, Commanders. I've said Commanders from the very beginning. The Titans already got Brian Callahan. Seahawks. He wants to coach, so Belichick's name is out there, and these are the positions that are still open. Atlanta's a good place, but if they go into a rebuild, probably not. Washington Commanders is where I believe that Belichick should go. Ron Rivera's out. I get it. They were a decent team this year. They weren't terrible. He stays. Can you imagine having Bill Belichick play the Cowboys twice a year, the Giants twice a year? Oh, that would be fantastic. Woo. Please let Bill Belichick go to the Commanders. And I haven't heard any rumblings. So you've got the Chargers, the Panthers, the Falcons, the Commanders, and the last team where Pete Carroll left, the Seattle Seahawks, all with job openings still. I would have thought these would be filled by now, but they are not. Some of these teams have draft stock. You've got Harbaugh trying to decide whether he's coming to the NFL or not. Michigan's trying to keep him there. You got Belichick out there. You've got a lot of coaches out there that are still Mike Vrabel, Belichick, Harbaugh. Like, these are great coaches. And then obviously they're still interviewing a bunch of things. And then, like I said, the Titans haul off and hire Brian Callahan, the offensive coordinator from the Cincinnati Bengals. Yet to see if this is a good hire. As far as splash hire, this is low on the radar. Very low on the radar. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. As far as playoff news goes, we found out yesterday Deebo Samuel avoided major injury, but he's still up in the air for the game Sunday night against the Lions, which I believe Brock Purdy has to have Deebo Samuel in that game to win. I don't think they can hang with the Lions offense if Deebo's out. He changes that offense in so many ways. They run so many plays for him. There's so many schemes out there for Deebo, and it's unbelievable what he does to that offense. You see what happens. Brock Purdy had to have a fourth quarter comeback. Deebo was out of that game in the first quarter. I don't believe it's that close if Deebo doesn't get hurt in the first quarter. If Deebo plays and he's 100% come Sunday night, that's going to be a different ballgame. If Deebo's not playing, Lions have a great shot. In fact, Lions +7 without Deebo sounds fantastic. And I think that's why they have San Francisco -7, because Vegas knows that Deebo is going to give it a shot. I don't know how he wouldn't. It's a chance to go to the Super Bowl. He doesn't have any major injury in there. Probably sore, but shoot him up and let's go. At least scheming-wise, you have to play him. Even if you don't give him the ball. I would think that Deebo Samuel is such a decoy. He has to be in that game. That's why the line still sits at -7. If there's no Deebo, this line's -4, -3.5. And like right now, I'm taking Lions +7, especially if there's no Deebo. On the other game, the Chiefs and the Ravens, the injury news coming out. Mark Andrews is practicing in full this week. I fully expect him to play and make a big impact in that game. Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce show on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. in Baltimore. Will Taylor Swift be in Baltimore? Who knows? I'm going to say yes. Unless she's got a concert or something. Who knows? Chiefs, Ravens, Baltimore minus 3.5. I'm still on the fence on that one. That is a tough game. You know, because of Patrick Mahomes. Lamar's been hurt in a playoff game before, guys, and I worry about him. That is a good Chiefs defense. And Lamar runs a lot. I just don't. Are you taking Baltimore minus 3.5, or are you taking the Chiefs plus the 3.5? Or money line on the Chiefs? I feel like this is the Ravens' year. Like this is it. This should be Lamar Jackson's year. If he's gonna do it, this is it. I feel like that should do it. But man, betting against Patrick Mahomes is the same as betting against Tom Brady. It never works out. The kid's been in the NFL 6 years. He's in a 6th conference championship game. Betting against Pat Mahomes is it's like Tom Brady. It's absolutely terrible. And by the way, the kid gets to another Super Bowl. We're going to start having to talk about him being up there with Montana and Brady. That's just ridiculous. That guy is good. He doesn't even have Tyreek Hill. He's got no names out there. And guys dropping the ball all year long. Injuries at running back all year long. And look at him. He's in the championship game, conference championship. That's unreal. Good for him. Pat Mahomes, dude. Unbelievable. All right, quick second for Christian's Tailgate. Got to thank them. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. This weekend, happy hours. They got award-winning hamburgers, award-winning food across the board. The place is unbelievable. Go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Go watch your games, your UFC fights, whatever. The place is badass. Want your remodeling done? Call Modern Home and Improvement, modern-homeimprovement.com, 832-930-0156. My boy Josh Smith over there will take care of you, does all my work and pretty much almost my neighborhood. The guy is awesome. 832-930-0156. That's modern-homeimprovement.com. All right, we already talked about the NBA scores. Coco Gauff moves over to the semis in the Australian Open. Good for her. I don't know. There's just not a ton going on right now. The Rock. If you guys like UFC, WWE, and TKO, The Rock has been appointed to the board of directors for UFC, WWE's TKO group. Wow. That guy makes money. He's a walking money-making machine, dude. 51 years old and just on fire. I did see the other day that Hulk Hogan is planning to make one more appearance. Not gonna lie, I'd probably watch. I would love to see Hulk come out one more time. And if he did, you want him in the red and yellow, or do you want him in that NWO stuff? I think this is the first time, maybe second time we've ever brought up wrestling on Sports with Balls, man. That's awesome. What else we got going on? The Dodgers are going to sign James Paxton on a 1-year deal, loading up more on pitching. We saw that the Astros added Josh Hader. Great signing for them. Expensive signing for the Astros, which they're not used to doing that, but good signing for the Astros. Their bullpen looks phenomenal. Their bullpen looks, that might be the best bullpen in the majors now. Go look at Josh Hader's record or his strikeouts in an inning. Wow. That bullpen is ridiculous. The Astros, they don't have to load up too much. They're probably already back in the playoffs without injuries. Yordan Alvarez could be MVP. Kyle Tucker could be MVP. Bregman will come on stronger. That team is really, really good. And look, they're quiet. They're not the Dodgers right now. They're not the Yankees right now. They're just going to stay quiet and go about their business. Move on to the NBA. Tonight's games. Let's see. Pacers and Nuggets. good basketball game. Right now, Denver -4. Let's see. When did they play last? This game, this could be interesting. Halliburton's out. Oh, yeah. If Halliburton's out, give me the Nuggets -4. Definitely. I thought Halliburton would play. He's not. Even though, yeah, they've both been rested since they've got a day off. So, yeah, I'll take Nuggets -4.5 on that game. I'm going to write that down as a matter of fact. Nugs -4. What else we got? Knicks and Nets. Knicks -4.5. I like that one too. I'll put that in the parlay. Jazz Pelicans. Probably won't touch that. Trailblazers and the Thunder. OKC -13.5. Woo. And then you've got the Clippers and Lakers. Look, if Anthony Davis and LeBron play tonight, I'll give me the 8.5 from the Lakers. They're just so iffy. I won't bet on that game. That's the late game. It's 9 o'clock, so I'll leave that game alone, and I'll probably take the Thunder minus. So I'll take the Nuggets, the Knicks, and the Thunder tonight. There's only 5 games on the board, and that's your parlay of the day. All right, guys, want to thank Christian's Tailgate. As always, go to christianstailgate.com. Find one near you. Also, Modern Home Improvement and Remodeling, modern-homeimprovement.com, 832-930-0156. Tomorrow, we'll have more on the NFL and the lines and the injuries. I'll also maybe do a little bit of mock draft for you guys, but y'all stay tuned. Thank you for paying attention. Go follow Sports with Balls, all your social media outlets. Podcast will be up right after this. Y'all